The eyes of Bachelor fans have been on Niagara Falls the past 2 weeks. Niagara City Cruises played host to Bachelor Clayton Echard for what's known on the show as a 2-on-1 date. Mory DiMaurizio is the Chief Operating Officer of the cruises. Mory, how did this episode come about?
Well, really, it was a function of their folks contacting us and then choosing us as such an iconic destination that it made sense. I mean, especially the romance that surrounds the falls. I mean, Niagara Falls is the honeymoon capital of the world. There's so much romance to begin with, so it lended itself to a good storyline.
Was this the first time hosting The Bachelor?
For us, yes. We've hosted many shows and celebrities and their groups in the past, but first time for The Bachelor.
When was the taping, Mory?
The taping itself, like the on-water activity, was actually during the latter part of the season, and then there's some post-production and other things happening. But the on-water stuff that you saw was quite a while ago.
Tell me what it takes to accommodate something like this, the film crew, the characters, I don't know what else to call them, the participants, I guess. But what does it take to accommodate that?
Yeah, sure. So obviously weather. I mean, obviously wouldn't want to do it today. It is a bit crisp out, but prior, like last year when we actually did the taping, it was a beautiful day. It was beautiful weather, and you get the rainbows and the mist just right. But you coordinate with all the film crews, all of their expectations, and of course this year has been an additional challenge with some of the COVID rules and regs. But we accommodated. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can make sure that you're doing the right thing and keeping people safe. Safety is always number one priority for us, whether it's a film crew or just guests. But looking at some of those things and putting them all together and working with those production companies and talent, the on-screen talent as well, because you want it to be a great experience for them and for their client and their guests and their viewers.
What kind of pre-taping preparation had to be done? I imagine, the cleaning crews are probably doubled in size to accommodate something like this.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of technical things that have to happen. I mean, with power, like electricity, lighting, making sure that there's the proper hookups, and then of course the amenities. So washrooms, change rooms, things that they require as part of their contract, and of course the cleaning, sanitizing, all those regular rules and regs. Because we're ISO certified under health and safety as one of the standards, we have an over and above and beyond sort of a requirement unto ourselves. We do it to ourselves, where from a health and safety perspective, and that includes cleaning, we go from what we're supposed to do and then much, much farther, just because it's what we do. We want to run a completely beautiful, great, high level, world-class experience for our guests and for the people that do business with us and our partners.
What benefit does this kind of exposure bring you? This is international exposure.
Oh, sure. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself to be part of the Bachelor Nation, but I do know that whether you're coming from near or far, you can definitely experience the excitement and drama of Canada's most popular tourist attraction, just like Clayton. So it really does lend itself to some great exposure, letting people know that perhaps haven't sailed with us so far or have known about us, and even locals. And there's a lot of locals, the national tourism, as we'd like to call it, that have never experienced us. Just as a local tourist, and Niagara Falls is in our proverbial backyard, we tend to sometimes stay away, but it gives people a snapshot as to what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it really gives that great exposure to what a wonderful world-class experience City Cruises can be.
Everybody's sworn to secrecy after the taping?
Yeah. There's definitely, we can't wait to see how this plays out. We'll have to tune in. 8 and 7 Central on ABC to see part 2 of our Niagara City Cruises appearance. So yeah, there's definitely some excitement, towards the end of today. And of course it's Valentine's Day, right?
Any other types of exposure like this coming up in the near future for Niagara City Cruises?
Yeah, for sure. So there's always things on the horizon. Some things we can talk about and some things we can't talk about. The easier ones are that, the spring opening with Destination Canada, Destination Ontario, all our partners in Niagara Falls Tourism Partnership in Niagara, all those engines, all those mechanisms that work together to create this wonderful experience. There'll be tons of announcements, lots of new things coming out, new attractions, new amenities. Niagara Falls is always a buzz. There's always something new coming out, and you'll see all that come out in a wonderful marketing campaign in the spring.